guys, welcome back to my channel. This video is gonna be short because it's just a quick update on what's going on with me. I went to the doctor today and we talked for a little while. She was very friendly and all my expectations were met. Well, not met in a good way, because I thought she would just brush it off how I was feeling, but she did not. She ordered some blood tests in a urine sample, and I also did them today. And what I'm not scared, but like kind of weirded out about, because I didn't think about that. And she said, like, has anyone else noticed that you've become a little paler? Because and then I said like, oh shit, I can't think, sorry. Then I said, there's a dog. And I said, yeah, but when I've told other people, they're like, no, you're not paler than usual, and I just brushed it off. And then she said, it's just because I think the last time we saw each other, you've become paler. And I was just like, okay, what the fuck? Because it's weird when you see something or feel something and then people say, no, that's not true, it's not real, and then you like kind of feel sick almost, because you're like, am I crazy for thinking or feeling this way? I'm having coffee just by. But yeah, she told me that, and that was very good, nice. So today I got a blood test taken right there, and a urine sample. So it's annoying, it's up to the weekend this happened. But Monday I'll call, and then I'll ask about the results. And I'm kind of nervous, because what if my blood is fine and there's nothing wrong and there's no explanation to why I'm feeling like this? That's just the most scary thing. Great, I just spilled it all over. But no, I just want to talk to you guys also about something that happened last night. In Denmark, you have something called the doctor guard, like directly translated, which is a place where you call when your doctor's office is closed, and then it's almost like an emergency room. It is an emergency room. Idiot. It is an emergency room. And you can call there to like say, hey, you know. And yesterday, well, it was today, because it was like 1:30 a.m. And I began to feel like my heart slowed down. You know, you can feel it when it gets higher, you can feel it when it gets lower. And I thought, okay, that's weird, but I'm used to like my heart being weird, so I didn't think more of it. I was just like, okay, that's weird. Just by the way, this eyebrow is fucked. Anyways, I was just like, okay, that's weird. And then I just decided to count my pulse, because when I count my pulse and it's fine, I get a sense of calmness, because then it's like, okay, fine, cool, you know. And we all have something we do to calm ourselves down in a situation like that. So that's what I did. And my pulse was 55 beats per minute, and mine is usually around the 85 beats per minute. So I wasn't afraid, I wasn't scared, I wasn't nervous. I was just like, okay, that's fucking weird. So I was just thinking, what should I do? Because it was 1:30 a.m. and in Denmark, and no one is awake, even though it's summer. But luckily, my best friend's boyfriend was awake, so I texted or messaged him and talked to him, and he was like, call the emergency room, you need to call the emergency room. And then I talked to my stepmother, because there's a time difference, and then I knew she was awake, and I saw she was online, and I just talked to her, and she was very helpful. She sent me a ton of articles, and it was very helpful. And she also said to call the ambulance, but I felt like if it's not because I'm dying, like, I'm not gonna call. Because I feel like I'm kind of using the system, you know? Anyways. So I'm just lying in bed, just trying to watch Friends, because that's what I do. I fall asleep to that every day. So, or every night it's called. So it just, it doesn't disappear, it just keeps being there, that slow heart rate, and I was just like, what the fuck is going on? So at last I decided to call the emergency room, and first off, I waited for 20 minutes. I don't know if that's long where you're from or short, but here it's very long because you usually just wait 2 minutes. So 20 minutes for me here is a very long time, but you can also be there like an hour or so. Anyways, and when I finally get through, I get the most arrogant fucking doctor on the phone. And usually when you call, you need to, like, tell the history. Like, when did it start? What are the symptoms? What, you know, how long has it been going on? Blah, 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 you know? So that was what I was doing. And he kept interrupting me, asking me stupid fucking questions. And he was like, first when I talked about a little overhurts in my side, blah, blah, blah. And I've been to a doctor earlier. No, wait, that was today. No, I was at the doctor yesterday too. Yesterday I went to the doctor just to talk, and today was the samples. So I forget that. Anyways, so I told him that, and my heart rate is weird, it's low, I've counted my pulse. And then he interrupted me just out of nowhere, like, why were you counting your pulse? And I'm like, because I feel more secure if I measure my pulse. And he's like, why are you measuring your pulse? He kept asking me, and I'm like, I just answered your question, dude. And he was just so fucking numb. Like, there's so much more, but I can't really remember because I wasn't feeling well, so I can't remember, you know? But I do remember at last I just hung up because oh yeah, the most important thing is, he said, oh, yeah, what you're experiencing, that is anxiety and hyperventilation. And mind you, I was calm. I was like this on the phone, like I was just talking, you know, normally and calm. And I was just like, what? And he's like, yeah, hyperventilation. And I'm like, dude, I'm talking to you normally. Like, I ain't experiencing hyperventilation. What the fuck? And I hadn't had that earlier either. So I was just like, nah. Boy, I've had anxiety for 6 years, man. I think I know what it feels like. And then he said at last, like, do you have anyone to come and visit you so you can feel safe? And I was like, I do feel safe. I'm not scared, man. I just told you that like 100 times. I'm not scared. I'm just like weirded out. And he's like, oh yeah, blah, blah. And then I just hung up because I didn't want to listen to his fucking stupidity. And also I said to him, you know what? I don't want to fucking argue about what I feel and what I do not feel. It's my body. I think I know it better than you do, even though you're a fucking doctor. I think I know that. But he was like, oh yeah, but I don't think either we should argue over the... And I'm like, beep. Disconnected, bitch. Sorry. I get a little angry when I talk about that. But anyways, yeah, right now I'm feeling nauseous. I'm feeling tired. I'm feeling sick. Feeling weird. I just showered. I hadn't showered for like 4 days. 5 days. I don't know. Sorry, I can't remember. So yeah, I just hope that I'll get some clarity. Also, I'm saying afraid, but I don't mean afraid. I just mean like some I just talk Danish, sån. But I mean, like, worried? No, not weirded out by, I can tell you that. Right at myself, because in 2016, I had my, what's it called? Appendix removed. And where it was right now hurts a lot, and it has been for a long time. Like a half year, like 6 months. And it's not like when I'm just walking it doesn't hurt, but when I press down, bitch, I tell you, it hurts. And then I'm thinking, is it colon cancer? Because 1, I'm fucking constipated. 2, I may be anemic, and that's also a sign of colon cancer. And like, I know it's very unlikely at my age because I'm only 20 years old. But I hate when people say like, oh, but you're only 20, that wouldn't happen. And I'm like, you don't know, because you hear about kids having cancer. Like, it's not like when you're a child, you can be exposed for cancer, but when you turn 10 to 20, 30 years old, you're not exposed to cancer. That's not how it works. So I find it hard to believe why people say, oh, that's not possible, you're only 20. But I'm like, kids get cancer. Not that it's funny, it's very, very horrific, very horrible. And I don't wish it upon anyone, even though I've never experienced it. But I could just imagine being a family and having a child who has cancer and may not survive. And that's just horrible. So horrible. It must be a nightmare, I would think. It's horrible. So if you know anyone who is in that situation, or if it's just a relative or a friend who has any type of cancer, please be with them and support them. And also, I feel very terrible about this situation. And also, if you've lost anyone to cancer, I am so sorry for your loss. It's horrible. It doesn't matter how old the person was. It's just horrible. It's horrible. I lost my grandfather on my mom's side to alcoholism because he drank when he was on antibus. Is that what it's called? He was on some type of medication that should do something so he wouldn't drink, but he drank anyway, which is not a good cocktail. And he died when my mom was 13. So I've never met him. I've never experienced it. The only death I've really experienced in my life are pets and my stepdad's sister, and she also died of alcoholism. And I wasn't really close to her, but she was there Christmas, New Year's, all these big holidays, birthdays. And we were getting along. We talked a lot, a lot. It was so cool because I remember when she would visit these holidays, she was smoking also, and when she was there, my mom allowed me to smoke with her, and that was a great time, even though it's not healthy to smoke, but it was fun. Childhood. But it was a great time. Okay, I said this was gonna be a short video and I was 15 fucking minutes long. I'm very sorry. But yeah, I'm gonna bring it up and say that I maybe think that it's colon cancer. So yeah, I don't really have anything much to say other than I really hope that you'll have a great weekend and enjoy your summer. spare time. So yeah, I hope you are great, and I'll see you next time. Bye.